Your mood swings, your stubborn belly fat, your intense cravings are not a personal failure. They may be a sign that your blood sugar is hijacking your hormones. And today, we're taking back control. Welcome back to Living LaRay. For many women over 30, life feels like a roller coaster that we simply cannot get off of. But what if I told you the control switch isn't some complicated diet, but a simple formula for building your meals? Mastering your blood sugar is the single most powerful thing that you can do for your energy, mood, and your metabolic health. Today, I'm showing you my 2 go-to recipes for all-day stable energy, the perfect balance of avocado toast and a build-your-own power bowl. I'm going to teach you the food formula that'll change the way you eat forever. This is foundational. So join me in the kitchen as I show you how to put together a delicious breakfast. Simple, quick, easy, and oh my gosh, you are going to love it. I want to focus specifically today on breakfast. You know why? Because breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You know the age-old saying that says, eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, and supper like a pauper, right? If you don't start your day with a good breakfast, you are not going to make it through that day. You will, but your brain won't function, your energy levels will deplete a lot quicker. And you know what? Yes, we want to wake up, we want energy, but we also want endurance. What is endurance? The ability to do so much more in a day. And let me tell you, the only way that you're going to be able to achieve that is by eating to sustain your blood sugar. And I'm excited to show you these 2 delicious recipes that will definitely help to get those blood sugar levels stable. An avocado toast with sourdough bread. So I'm just going to pop the toaster down. So seeing that our focus is on healthy blood sugar today, I thought I would share with you just a quick, easy, delicious breakfast that you can grab and eat and know that you are good to go for the next few hours. And I want to encourage you, none of us have 20 breakfast options or 20 lunch options or 20 dinner options. Choose 2 or 3 go-tos and make sure they work for you. The biggest thing is learn to know your body. Learn to understand your body. Learn which foods work well in your body. And so I know I'm in a place where I can never ever allow my blood sugar to become compromised. So we're going to do a nice avocado toast. And what I've done is I have mashed some avocado. I've simply added a little bit of fresh lemon juice, a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of crushed black pepper, and then my favorite of all favorite, this pure sea salt with organic herbs and vegetables, just a little bit because I've already got that sea salt in, like that. And I'm just going to mash it all up, and there you go. Such delicious, delicious avocado, like a guac. But the reason I love putting avocado on my toast is because it is full of fat and it's full of fiber. And it helps to regulate and stabilize the blood sugar. So remember, whenever you're trying to stabilize blood sugar with food, it's important to look at what fat, what fiber, and what protein is on your plate. So we are going to, when that pops up, we're going to put this on top of the sourdough toast. So there you go. Some delicious sourdough toast. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to put butter on here because we already have the good fat. And so I don't want to overdo it on the fats. I would rather have my fat from the avocado in this case. So all I'm simply going to do is I'm going to add some avocado. Now, if you want to put butter, absolutely. You are more than welcome to add butter to your toast with your avocado if that's what you want to do. So we're going to do that. Let's take another one. And don't worry, I'm not going to eat this all by myself. My husband will probably enjoy it with me. Sometimes my daughter, Chloe, who's a paramedic, calls and says, Mom and Dad, are you home? I'm off work today. Can I come and have breakfast or tea? And sometimes she'll walk in exactly when we're having our little something, and of course, then there's enough for her. So there you go. So you can do a few things with this. You can either serve it just like that, and what I love to do, I like to sprout some mung beans. I love sprouting, and I add some mung beans on top. You can also add hemp hearts, which are very high in fiber, very high in protein, and packs a good punch of omega-3. So we're going to do, that. So let's cut this in half. I'll show you. There you go. Like that. Oops. Like that. And then we're going to add scrambled eggs on top of the other one. And there, can you see how creamy those scrambled eggs are? So let's add them like that. And then the other slice, I'm going to just simply put a little bit of veggie stock powder like this. Put a little bit on top. And then I'm going to add arugula. Remember, arugula are those bitter greens that are so good for our livers. And then we're going to add some tomatoes. Just add a few tomatoes like this. Add a little bit of tomatoes just to pop it, just a pop of color. There you go. Cut that in half. And there you have a wonderful variety of sourdough toast that is full of deliciousness and full of nutrition that'll keep you going all through the morning. If you're enjoying what you see here on Living LaRay, go ahead and give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a new recipe or lifestyle tip. Oh my gosh, we've got so much more coming your way. I'm going to show you how to make a delicious, vibrant power bowl that the whole family will enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can use your leftover oven roasted veggies and incorporate those into a delicious power bowl. So I always challenge people who need to eat more fiber to maybe take one day of the week, maybe do a meatless Monday, or you can have your meat but add a bunch of vegetables to that meat. Put that color on your plate. So here we're going to do a delicious power bowl with these leftover oven roasted veggies. So let's build it. In this case, I'm going to be using farro. I don't know if you've ever tasted farro or you even know about farro, but farro actually comes from the Mediterranean region, and it is this is pearled farro, and it has very high levels of protein and fiber. It's an ancient grain, so it hasn't been genetically modified, and it's just such a delicious, it's got a very chewy texture like barley. Now bear in mind it does contain wheat, and so it has got gluten, so if you're gluten intolerant then rather use quinoa. So these are your two grain options for this power bowl, either the farro or the quinoa. In this case I'm going with the farro because it's going to give me a nice chewy nutty texture. So we're just going to put a little bit in there. Then we're going to dish up some delicious oven roasted vegetables with peppers and onions and butternut squash, garlic and zucchini. Okay, from there I'm going to add just a few chickpeas, some delicious, just a couple of spoons of chickpeas. Then of course green because we always need those raw ingredients. We need the green foods, which are very high in our alkalizing minerals, your potassium, your sodium, your magnesium. And remember, magnesium calms us. It's good for our muscles to keep us calm. Then I'm going to add some of this delicious tempeh, sort of. And it is so wonderful. So what I did with this tempeh, because tempeh is pretty much like tofu. It doesn't taste like anything. So you've got to marinate it. And we did sort of a marinade with a little bit of Bragg's coconut aminos. I used this pepperdew chutney that I made. And we went to visit my brother and my family in South Africa, and my brother grows the most delicious pepperdews. So I was eyeing those pepperdews, picked a whole bag full, took them all the way back to the Western Cape from the East Coast, and made this delicious chutney in my mom's kitchen and brought a bottle with me. So I actually incorporated this pepperdew chutney, it's got a bit of a bite, into the marinade. And we're going to put the recipe out so that you can give it a try. And this recipe is delicious for tofu and for tempeh. So let's do that. That should be enough. And then let's see what else we need. A little bit of pickled red cabbage is delicious. In this case, I'm just going to put just normal cabbage and a few baby tomatoes in there, like that, because we always want that raw. And there you go. Let's put a little bit more of this. And look at that. Such a delicious, vibrant bowl, full of fiber and great as part of incorporating leftover vegetables. Now, I'm going to put my favorite dressing over here, and this is the dressing. It's a lemon tahini dressing in the Alive Again recipe book. So I'm just going to sort of give it a whiz like this. Just pour it over. We're going to top it off with some pomegranate arils or pomegranate seeds, if you just want to call it as it is. And then, last but not least, you all know how I love my avocado. Growing up in Rhodesia, my granddaddy had 3 or 4 different avocado varieties, and I grew up eating avocado. And you know what dessert was for us some nights? My granddaddy would cut an avocado in half or in a quarter, depending how big it was, and he'd sprinkle it with some raw sugar and give us a teaspoon, and that's what we would eat for dessert. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So there you go. Put some few slices of avocado. And remember, we've been speaking about gut health and hormones, and these are just absolutely delicious, essential fatty acids that you can also incorporate into your bowl. And a little bit of sprig of parsley. You know how I love my garnish. And there you go. Look at that. A delicious, nutritious power bowl. I hope you give it a try, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I'm going to be enjoying it, because let me tell you, I've tasted this before, and every bite is just another flavor.